I have a theory that the most valuable AI tools for introverts will not be the ones that make us sound more confident. They will be the ones that let us build the thing before we have to explain the thing. Glaze by Raycast launched today as Product Hunt's #1 product, and the pitch is unusually direct. Create your own Mac apps by chatting with AI. That sounds like another vibe coding headline, until you notice the important word. Mac, not a web demo, not a prototype trapped in a browser tab, a desktop app that lives on your computer. Raycast says Glaze lets you describe what you want and builds a real app that launches instantly, works offline, and feels at home on your Mac. Because the app runs locally, it can connect to files, keyboard shortcuts, menu bar actions, background processes, APIs, AI models, services, and even hardware. There is also a public store and private team stores, so you can start from something close, tweak it, and share it only with the people who need it. The company says early users built thousands of apps during the beta, including a World Cup tracker, a synthesizer used for the launch video, and a distraction-free terminal for running multiple agents in parallel. Here is why that matters through the introvert lens. A lot of personal software dies before it starts, because it requires social translation. You have an exact workflow in your head, but to get it built, you have to explain it to a developer, defend why it matters, wait for prioritization, compromise around someone else's roadmap, and then pretend the half-fitting tool is fine because everyone is busy. This is how tiny internal tools become quarterly initiatives. It is also how quiet people learn to stop asking. Glaze changes the emotional cost of trying. Instead of asking a team for a custom app, you can ask the machine for version 1. Make me a menu bar app that watches this folder and formats file names. Make me a local dashboard for my invoices. Make me a writing inbox that turns scattered notes into a daily queue. Make me a launcher for the 3 scripts I use every morning. These are not billion-dollar startup ideas. That is the point. They are personal tools, and personal tools are allowed to be small. The test I would run is deliberately boring. Pick one workflow you currently manage with a spreadsheet, sticky note, or folder full of shame. Describe the app in 1 sentence. Then add constraints. It has to work offline, read local files, show 1 clean screen, and make the next action obvious. If the first version is wrong, do not start a meeting with yourself. Use the visual editor, change the layout, rename the fields, delete the clever part, and keep moving. The win is not building the perfect app. The win is finding out whether the workflow deserved software at all. The local first part is the biggest signal. Browser-based AI builders are useful, but they often produce something that feels like a tiny website pretending to be an app. Glaze is aiming at the operating system layer. Shortcuts, files, menu bar, background tasks, and apps that launch like normal software. For introverts, that means the tool can sit exactly where the friction happens. Not in another SaaS dashboard, not behind another login, on the machine where the work already lives. There are caveats. Glaze is Mac first, and Raycast says it currently requires macOS Tahoe and Apple Silicon, with Windows and Linux coming later. AI-built software still needs judgment. You should not connect random-generated apps to sensitive data without understanding what they touch. And some workflows should stay inside mature tools, because reliability matters more than personalization. The quiet power move is not replacing every app. It is replacing the weird gaps between apps. My verdict? This is worth trying if you have ever said, "I wish there were a tiny app for this," and then did nothing because asking felt heavier than suffering. Start with something low risk. A personal dashboard, a file renamer, a meeting prep checklist, a local command center for scripts. If it saves 10 minutes a day and 1 explanation a week, that is not a toy. That is a private force multiplier. The bigger signal is that software creation is moving from permission to conversation. For loud teams, that means faster prototypes. For introverts, it means something more specific. You can make the tool before you pitch the need. You can test the workflow before defending the roadmap. You can build in private, then share evidence instead of enthusiasm. And honestly, that might be the most introvert-friendly product strategy there is.